Our game tonight featuring the Orlando Magic as they go up against the Atlanta Hawks at State Farm Arena. Along with Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. On Monday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors. Then on Wednesday, the New York Knicks coming to town, tipping off a homestand for them. Now the starting group for Orlando. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Markelle Fultz. And it's Isaac in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Hawks, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young is out there with Bembry. And it's Capella in at the center position. Plenty of games still ahead, Brent. Some discussion about shortening the regular season. You ever think that's going to happen?
I don't think it's going to happen.
Would you like to see it happen?
I like there's some percolating ideas out there that it might, and the idea of a 70-game season to me, it sounds really healthy. It sounds healthy for the players.
Healthy's a great word to use.
It sounds healthy for the coaching staff. It sounds healthy for the league, and it sounds healthy for the competition that you're going to get. Those 70 games, that will be some elevated play throughout the course of a regular season.
That's a great number. Gordon outside. He can't get it to go. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando.
Well, these two teams will see plenty of each other, as this is the first of 4 contests between them this year.
And hopefully this one sets the tone for what we're going to see in the other 3 games against these teams. They'll both be sort of measuring each other out here in the first quarter.
Now, here's Hunter. 11 points for him in that last game against Detroit. Here's Fournier. That one doesn't go. Good work defensively by Capella.
Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
Collins finds Capella. Young from outside. They get it back. Here's Collins, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, that's where John Collins sets up shop down in the paint, quick and athletic, able to corral the miss.
Fournier passes to Isaac. Back to Fournier. Here's Vucevic, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Well, that's a healthy make there after missing their first 4 shots. 1 of 5, not what they wanted, but they're on the board.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic. An offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
Free throw drops for Vucevic. And you look at the footwork of Vucevic inside, his moves and counter moves, terrific.
Shades of Kevin McHale, and that's something he's continued to develop in the pros, a response to defenders who often surpass him athletically.
Now, here's Collins. He had 13 points in the win against Detroit. On the clock, Capella kicks to Collins. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. Collins has got 5.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Pass to Gordon. Back to Fultz. Outside Fournier. Down low. Here's Gordon. Here's Vucevic. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
1 shot.
And Vucevic, no good on that one. Here's Isaac. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
A little breakdown there, letting them get that rebound. You can't allow that to happen.
Young taking his time here. And it falls over the rim and in. He's got 7. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Fournier passes to Isaac. Orlando moving the ball around. From 13, Atlanta with the rebound. Pass to Bembry. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
A big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
Well, it was the Hawks winning their last game against the Pistons.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
Yeah, they sapped the energy right out of the building in that one. They just were knocking down threes, and it was deflating both for the team and the crowd.
Here's Collins. After the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. Collins dishes to Young. And the officials call a traveling violation.
And let's take a look here at John Collins. He's coming off an excellent season, 15th in rebounding, and he was in the top 20 in field goal percentage, able to create offense with tremendous efficiency.
And we talked about how strong he was on the boards, going hard at it at both ends last year, really helping out his team. Now, here's Isaac. Against Cleveland, he was really on his game. 6 on the shot clock. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And really impressed with the aggressive nature of Isaac. He takes charge whenever he is driving with that kind of force to the rim.
Here's Bembry. And it's blocked by Gordon. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. Let's take a look at the players who were the best on the glass a season ago. 5th best, Clint Capella.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers, really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. 3-point lead. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
That's such a precise player. When Young notices those kind of openings, he definitely is looking to attack.
Outside Fournier. On the wing, Gordon. Bembry with the rebound.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Here's Hunter. No points in the game yet for him. Young from outside. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Yeah, Trae Young exploring the limits of his range in this one.
Now here's Fultz, defended by Young. Snatched away. An even 3-on-3 break. Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Now here's Fournier. The Magic again can't hit. Now here's Hunter. He's tightly guarded. Shots good from Young.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, with the defense struggling like that, I think they just stayed with a healthy, consistent pace to get that win.
Terrence Ross is checked in for Fournier. There's the steal. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance. Shoots over Isaac. And that one is off. And Orlando will come the other way.
Go. Kick it out.
For three, Gordon to end the run. And Vucevic throws it down.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Now, here is Young, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. Here's Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add two ingredients. One would be playing smart, the other one playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Here's Isaac after Clint Capella's bucket. Here's Ross. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, we were able to talk with Steve Clifford. One player who's on his mind in this matchup is Clint Capella, an extremely mobile and athletic 7-footer. Coach said he's a star in his role, defense and vertical spacing. Kevin, we'll see how they handle it.
Thank you, David.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint. And coming from a background with player development for head coach Lloyd Pierce.
Well, I think he's great at just being a cheerleader and a confidence builder for this young team. I believe that to be a good fit here in Atlanta. He brings a great hands-on approach, and very, very important for him to think about player development as these young guys grow together.
Here's Collins. Markelle Fultz making his last shot. Just 5 on the clock. Ross against Collins. Misses the hole, and he's now 3 for 4. Near the three-point line, it's Gordon. And again, it's Orlando converting. The Hawks leading by 8. And Young kicks to Collins. Here's Bembry. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
And you can knock Isaac around, but it doesn't matter. Outstanding in terms of his focus and tenaciousness to attack the defense.
So it's Atlanta now. The Magic getting the bucket. Right block shot. Young's shot is off. The Magic trail by 6. And it's Gordon penetrating. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
Well, they've shown both effort and will to get back into this one, but can they finish this one off? Can't let up now.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. You often hear about players talk about their favorite spot to fire from on the floor. How much of an effect does that really have, the favorite shooting spot?
Most of the time, Kevin, what you're talking about is star guys, because they're the ones who ultimately in any given possession, the coach is trying to find that guy in that spot to do something. What happens throughout the course of a year is when that player has the ball there, everybody else knows what to do.
Right.
Like the player knows what he's going to do, right, Kevin? Because he's the star player. But everybody around gets comfortable with the options and where it is that he goes. If he goes right, if I slide right, I'm going to get the 3. If he goes left, he's spinning back. I might move towards the top of the key. So the familiarity of not just the player, but the players around the player, that's where you can make it happen.
That's interesting. So for the Magic, Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Michael Carter-Williams comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Markelle Fultz. Now here's Teague. 11-point game his last outing. Labissiere, the pass to Hunter. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
An athletic forward with a versatile skill set. Hunter has also proven he can come up big in big moments.
The Hawks shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
2.
first free throw is good.
Well, some people looking at Atlanta and their situation in terms of the rebuild and wondering what direction they would go. They've made some pretty solid picks, got John Collins at the 19th pick as a foundation piece, and then obviously drafting Trae Young and Kevin Huerter, relying on shooting on the perimeter, and things moving along swiftly in Atlanta.
And John Collins, Brent, falling that late in the first round shows you how deep that draft was.
Some people thought it was going to be a slow rebuild in Atlanta. They've made some pretty good picks, grabbing Collins, as you mentioned, and then last year picking up Trae Young and Kevin Huerter in the draft and relying on some shooting. That number 19 has been pretty lucky so far for the Atlanta Hawks.
That one drops for him.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Huerter passes to Labissiere. Outside Teague. And the pass to Huerter. Shot clock at 5. Fires from the wing. It's hauled in by the Magic. Lob pass to Gordon. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Pass to Teague. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Shooters tend to be hungry, but this time Huerter finds an open teammate.
Carter Williams kicks to Augustine. Trains the three-pointer.
Pretty much not a player in the league is going to pass up a shot like that. So much for the defense.
Pass to Labissiere. Now, here's Hunter. He's guarded by Ross. Banked in off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 5.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
Pass to Gordon. To the middle. Here's Bamba. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
You know, the comparisons to Rudy Gobert are understandable. Bamba's insane reach really helps on both ends of the court.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the first. Teague, the pass to Hunter. Here's Huerter. He's guarded by Ross. It's not going to go for him.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
And it's Gordon finishing it off.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great. Scoring is coming in bunches. And both of the teams feeling confident right now.
And Huerter gets it to go.
Huerter never shy to let that one go. Just enough room on the catch and shoot.
Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Atlanta. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We come back right after this. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. Spent years in a welfare orphanage in Switzerland. He said he never imagined he'd come this far. Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt. Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Hawks, what do you guys think?
Just stretching out the floor in that first, they had the defense scrambling.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Then there's Scal Labissiere. Then there's Teague. And it's Fernando in at the 5. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. And there's the pass to Herter. It's stolen by Carter Williams. And Carter Williams slams it in.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Passes it to Fernando. Here's Herter. Carter Williams covering. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Michael Carter Williams.
Kevin Herter's favorite player growing up was Dwayne Wade, and that's why he wears the number 3.
Atlanta shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Two shots.
The first one falls, and in his rookie season, Kevin Herter out of Maryland taking his time and finding his spots.
Yeah, after his sophomore year in Maryland, Kevin felt like he was ready for the NBA, and I think Travis Schlenk, the general manager of the Hawks, looking at shooting as something he wanted to build on coming from the Golden State Warriors. He got a great shooter in Herter.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The faster pace now, Brent, in the NBA, this has become an endurance sport, and well-conditioned athletes are a must.
Obviously, Kevin, over the past couple seasons, the pace has picked back up. It's very reminiscent of the early 80s when you had the Lakers running, the Denver Nuggets running.
Yes.
You have these teams that are just flying up and down the floor. So as a fan, I think it's a wonderful opportunity, especially the closer you can sit, to watch a Russell Westbrook, to watch a Paul George, to see a Giannis get up and down the floor with such fluidity and grace and skill set. So the game opening up has also opened the eyes to the fans about just how great the athleticism of NBA players is.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, the Hawks have been in rebuild mode for the last couple of years, but this season brings a lot of optimism. Passing on Luka Doncic, the Hawks drafted Trae Young. It was much scrutinized, but Young came on down the stretch. His playmaking makes other people better, and also, they hope, will attract a free agent or two. Now the Hawks have added several rookies, starting with DeAndre Hunter, and they believe they're poised to make some noise in the East. Kevin?
They took that gamble with Doncic and getting Young. We'll see what happens. Thank you, D.A. And it's Gordon missing. Atlanta leading by 4. Shoots from the high post, and Herter gets it to go. Herter's got 7 points in the game.
More and more showing his well-rounded offensive game. That's Herter in his comfort zone.
Augustine against T. Fournier gets a wide open look. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Now, here's Hunter. T right on him. Now T. 4 on the shot clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. From 11 feet away, Hunter no good. The Magic trail by 3. Here's Carter Williams, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Carter Williams has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Augustine against Teague. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
Well, nice to see Jeff Teague get down in there on the inside and come up with the bucket.
Augustine against Teague.
Switch.
Bamba dishes to Fournier. Over Teague. Fournier's shot is off.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Herter, another three for Atlanta.
Well, that's who Herter is outside on the perimeter, a confident long-range shooter.
Teague against Augustine. For three, Fournier. It's rebounded by Labissiere.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Fades away. Again, the Hawks good for two.
Labissiere dialing one in from the mid-range.
The Magic trail by 8. Augustine with it. An 11-point game for him in the win against Cleveland. Teague against Carter Williams. A nice shot by Teague. Teague's got 6.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here's Bamba. He dishes it to Carter Williams. Will it go? Can't hit that one. Atlanta leading by 10. Fernando, the pass to Herter. Now, here's Teague. Pass to Fernando. Makes it off the glass.
Timeout,
That was
timeout.
the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
For the Magic, Vucevic checked in for Aaron Gordon. Isaac comes in for Carter Williams. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Augustine. And it's Fultz with the ball for Orlando. Down by 12. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Bamba passes to Fournier. Happy to see that one drop, shooting a paltry 2 for 9.
And with that one, it ends in an 11-0 run by the Hawks.
Pass to Collins. Here's Bembry. He's guarded by Fournier. Here's Young. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. The 6th pick back in 2017, 6'10" Jonathan Isaac out of Florida State. Greg, what have you seen from him?
Came in somewhat raw. Potential as a rangy defender. Offensively, though, still a ways to go.
Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Isaac.
And Isaac really continues to intrigue you. A 6'10" forward who's just got great agility and can be a nightmare in transition.
He's perfect from the line this time. The Hawks leading by 8. Outside, Jones. Inside, Isaac with the steal. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Herter. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Vucevic.
Herter showed some great progress in his first year and now showing how much more comfortable he is.
The Hawks have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
2, 2.
And he makes the first.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Fultz with the ball, working on Collins. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Fultz is a menace inside. Superb at making the D foul him when he's this close to the basket.
The Magic shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty
Take a
solid
break.
numbers.
Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. Brent, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for the NBA.
I'd like to see more, actually.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Six to shoot. From 13 feet, it goes down. Fultz has got 5 now.
And this is an area that you like to see Fultz work on. If he can develop a consistent mid-range jumper, it's over for the rest of the league. And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Fultz. His last outing, 16 points for him. The rebound by Young, and it's the Hawks' ball. They're on a 17-7 run. Herder, no good.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
And here's Young, following Evan Fournier's 3. And here's Collins. He has 7. Young drives in, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, as good as he is offensively, the challenge for Trae Young as the years go on here is to stand up defensively and shut down whoever he's guarding. Small and slender, if he can become just a little bit above average on that floor, that's a huge win for the entire team.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
No good on the free throw. And he said he's eager to change the narrative about his defensive shortcomings. But, Brent, what does Trae Young need to do to improve there?
Well, I think he has to look at the approach that Steph Curry had. You remember with the Warriors, a lot of questions about Steph not being able to guard his position and shifting off with Clay. You know, Trae's got to accept that challenge as much as he's trying to lead this team offensively. If he can show defensively he can be consistent, that's going to go a long way for these young Hawks.
Now, here's Fultz. 5 points in the game. Now here's Ross. Tries again, and Vucevic finishes inside. Vucevic has got 11 points.
And really, I'd like to see them get after it on the offensive boards a little bit more here. They did a good job of that in the first.
Young with the ball. Guarded by Fultz. Atlanta again missing.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
Yeah, and that 7'9" wingspan on full display there. Bamba swooping in with authority.
Here's Bembry after the Magic pick up 2. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Bamba's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Young kicks to Jones. Here's Bembry. From 11 feet away, rebound by the Magic. Bamba's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Count it, and the Atlanta lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Ross.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Young passes to Collins. Here's Herter. Lobbed up there for Collins. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
That connection with Collins, that's an impressive play and very, very high percentage.
The Magic trail by 5. 1:15 left in the second quarter. Offensive rebound, Ross. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
Now here's Collins. He's got 9. The dish to Young.
I'm open right here.
Floats one. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
The pass to Fultz. Cans it from downtown. Fultz has got his 3rd basket of the night.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Bembry the pass to Collins. Can't connect from short range.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Fultz dishes to Ross. Vucevic the pass to Ross. And the jam by Ross.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Young for 3. That one doesn't drop. So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Nick, what changed as the first half continued?
We toughened up a little bit. We know they were getting a lot of easy points, a lot of points around the paint, around the basket, and we just started playing more aggressive, playing hard on defensive end, and that got us going offensively too. So we just got to keep doing that, play hard, and should be fine.
Keeping the paint tight is key. Thanks very much, Nick. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Trae Young was the story in the first quarter. He had 21 points and 2 rebounds. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Well, their reserves showed up tonight, not just on hustle plays, but in points. And that's what you got to do coming off the bench to maximize your minutes.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. The second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they own the offensive boards.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So on the floor for Orlando, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Markelle Fultz. And it's Isaac in at the small forward spot.
Great hustle on display, and you know what? It's paying off with those second chance points.
Here's Young. They get the rebound. Collins, good. Collins has got it all tied up now for the Hawks.
That's the guy you want with the ball inside, as Collins' ability to rise up will produce some points.
Beyond the arc. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Back to Young. It's rebounded by Fultz.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Gordon. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a three-point play. That's on Clint Capella.
Fultz not just looking to score the ball, he also is equally engaged in terms of facilitating for his teammates.
One shot. One shot.
Free throw no good from Gordon.
And one of the more transcendent athletes in the game, Aaron Gordon, still has some untapped potential. He could make a big leap.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
Passes it to Bembry. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Collins has got 4 points this quarter. And Greg, we've seen Gordon playing in a slower paced system. He was asked to play at the small forward.
Not ideal, Kevin. He's better off as a small ball power forward, getting out in the lane and using those springs to rise over the D.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
For Orlando, they have gone 6 of 9 at the line.
One shot. One shot.
And Vucevic, no good on that one.
Oh, he's just a great finisher on the inside. John Collins, one of the game's better dunkers.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. Now, here is Young, following the miss by Aaron Gordon. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Shooting one.
That'll put Trae Young on the line. That one on Vucevic. And you pair Collins with a passer like Trae Young? Look out.
Yeah, you get him the ball around that launch point where he can get his feet together, and Trae can pretty much throw it anywhere. Collins last year, a top 20 player in field goal percentage as a roll man in pick-and-roll situations.
Mind the lane.
On the Hawks making a change
shot.
here. Teague's checked in. And that one falls for Young.
As much as we talk about Trae Young and then mention Steph Curry in the same breath, I think Trae wants to carve out his own path. We know he's a dynamic shooter, can set the table offensively. Now it's about learning the nuances of being a leader of a franchise.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
It's really all about Trae Young and his skill. And you know how many hours that takes, Kevin? I mean, he is putting time in the gym to show you what he's capable of out here on this floor, and he makes it look easy.
A moment here to see some numbers for Aaron Gordon. Good season for him last year. Put up about 16 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
Now, here's Fultz. He's got 8. Here's Fournier. Here's Vucevic. Isaac kicks to Fultz. Back to Isaac. Young with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta for the tie. The second chance effort. Teague can't hit.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Outside Collins. He's looking for Teague and finds him. That ties the game. Teague's got 8 points.
Well, at 6'2" and 182, Jeff Teague really had to use all the strength in his body to get that shot off, despite getting hit.
Young in the corner. Pass to Capella. Dishes to Teague for the lead. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And last year, a tough one for Jeff Teague. Just couldn't put together his normal level of play.
You know, Teague missed some games with injury, but his shot just wasn't consistent. His passing and playmaking were as strong as ever, but you just couldn't rely on him to score.
Shooting 2.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
And Teague can be a knockdown shooter, especially from the free throw line.
So for the Magic, Carter Williams comes in for Isaac, and DJ Augustine subbed in for Fultz. And so Teague hits 2 free throws.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Now here is Augustine. Left side Fournier. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Carter Williams. From deep 3-point range, Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And it's Hunter with the jam.
And what I admire about Hunter is that opportunistic attitude. This kid just makes things happen.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Now, John Collins, an amazing young talent in this league, one of the best run and jump athletes that we have at that position. So fluid out there, gets out in transition, and that's where this Hawks team can really show its young talent.
Outside Fournier. Young with the steal. Now, here's Hunter. Carter Williams covering. Teague with a clean look. Connects from 3-point range. Teague's got 7 now in this quarter. And it's that quick second and third jump capability for Collins, Brent, that really stands out.
Makes you really tough to box out. You understand not only where your teammate's shot might miss, but your own shot on the inside. And John Collins can read where it's coming off the rim, get to the ball, get right back up and score.
Here's Teague. After the made shot from Nikola Vucevic, Teague finds Collins. Now Young, defended by Gordon, and Young with the basket on the assist by Collins. Collins has got his 6th assist on the night. Here's Carter Williams. And there's the call on John Collins. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Now, here's Fournier. He's guarded closely. The pass to Vucevic. Clock at 6. Shoots over Capella. Rebound by the Hawks. Now Hunter. He has 6. Over Augustine. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Start to feel their confidence. That's the difference between the success they're having now and the struggles they faced earlier.
Now here's Fournier. He's got 8. Passes it to Vucevic. And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
And Orlando making a change here. Ross is checked in. Here's Augustine. Pass to Vucevic. Puts up a 3. Hunter grabs the miss. The Hawks leading by 10. Here's Young. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Augustine with it. Carter Williams feeling it out a bit. Pass to Ross. And here's Vucevic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
Sometimes you like to see guys go with the bounce pass, threading it through there perfectly.
Young finds Capella. And here is Teague. Vucevic defending. Teardrop shot. Vucevic with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. The Hawks making a switch here. Herter's checked in. And a change for the Magic. Bamba's checked in. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Herter. Nails the 16-footer. Herter's got 14.
Herter knows he has to produce offensively, and that time does a good job of staying open and staying with it.
Augustine passes to Carter Williams. Here's Vucevic. Good work defensively by Capella. The Hawks leading by 10. Now the pass to Teague. Kicks it to Hunter. Here's Fernando. Teague the pass to Herter. And Michael Carter Williams gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. So it's Atlanta now. Herter, no good. Teague against Vucevic to the right side. Augustine looking around. Vucevic gets double teamed. 5 to shoot. The tray. Count it, and the Atlanta lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Augustine.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Here's Teague. Misses in close. And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Magic. Here's Carter Williams. It's rebounded by Herter. Herter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
No doubt you can see Teague get hit, but what focus to be able to knock down the shot afterwards.
The Hawks have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. So for the Hawks, Damian Jones is checked in for Clint Capella, and it's Bembry in for Hunter.
One shot.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
The Magic trail by 10. And Augustine kicks to Carter Williams. Pass to Vucevic. Vucevic gets double teamed. Now here is Augustine. Defense right on him. Bamba passes to Ross. It's rebounded by Teague. The Hawks leading by 10. With the floater, and no good that time. And Orlando the other way now. Bamba finds Augustine. Pass to Vucevic. Over Teague. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
The Magic have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts. Labissiere's checked in for the Hawks.
Shooting 1.
The free throw drops for Vucevic. Atlanta leading by 7. And here is Teague. He's got 16. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Well, he doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Augustine. Atlanta with the rebound. Fernando's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Bembry. Plays it up and banks it in. And it's an 11-point Atlanta lead.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
They grab their own miss. Here's Bamba. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And right now, Bamba is still working on the offensive side, but the intent is there, able to draw that foul. Well, you talk about physical gifts for the game. Mo Bamba, a 7-footer with the longest wingspan, 7'9.5", and that gives him a huge spear of influence.
2.
That free throw missing.
That's okay.
Greg, you look at Bamba able to touch the rim while still on the ground. And he gets off the ground pretty well, too.
A good athlete, still getting stronger and developing his feel for the game, but he has something you just can't teach.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Carter Williams. And it's Fulton for Augustine. Deflects the pass.
Out of bounds.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
We've got 1:23 left to play in the third. Outside Teague to the left side wing. 6 on the shot clock. Fernando, that's good. Fernando's got the lead up to 13 now for the Hawks.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
Count it. And that's now 10 points for Markelle Fultz.
And how about the confidence level with which Fultz plays? When he's close to the basket, he keeps his eyes focused on the rim at all times.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And there's the call on Jones. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. That's good from Isaac. The Hawks making a switch here. Collins is checked in. And he makes both free throws. So it's the Hawks now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Outside Teague. Pass to Bembry. Outside Jones. Just 4 to shoot. Bembry misses. From deep. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more in store for you right after this. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Here's Teague. We've got Scal Labissiere. Jones is out there with Collins. Then there's Teague. And it's Bembry in at the 2 spot. So that's the Hawks 5. And that one is good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The pass to Vucevic. Isaac with the ball. Defended by Jones. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Collins.
I like seeing this aggressiveness from Isaac, utilizing his amazing length to his advantage to get to the line.
2.
And he knocks down the first one. Fournier is checked in for Orlando. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Atlanta leading by 10. Outside Teague. That's tipped. Jones finds Teague. Back to Jones. Shot clock at 5. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Here's Fournier. Here's Bamba. Rebound Atlanta. Collins has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Passes it to the Bembry. And stolen by Fournier. And here's the fast break. Ross leading the way.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Now here's Teague. Isaac with the steal. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
How about the concentration on that? Isaac able to absorb the contact and still finish with a difficult shot.
Hunter's checked in for Atlanta. Trae Young comes in for Jeff Teague. Gordon's checked in for the Magic.
One shot.
Way to go, baby!
Atlanta leading by 7. Young outside. Stolen by Bamba. Fultz the pass to Gordon. Collins with some nice D.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Now, here's Hunter. Stolen by Bamba. Here's Fultz. And finished off by Fultz.
And Fultz loves pushing the pace. He's downright terrifying in the open floor. Loves jumping all over the defense.
Here's Jones. Pass to Bembry. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
Knocks it loose. Fast break, the Hawks. And it's sent back by Isaac.
And that long wingspan of Isaac aids him there in turning away shots, but it's also the timing he displays when he attacks the shooter.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Now, here is Young. Hunter, no one around him. Another three for Atlanta.
He was sitting back a little bit there in the first half, but feels like showtime now, and he's ready to put some major points up on the board.
Fultz with the ball. Defended by Young. Here's Fournier, and the layup's good off the glass. Fournier's got 4 this quarter.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Hunter kicks to Collins. He dishes it to Young for 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. Count it, and the Atlanta lead has been cut down to 4 on the bucket from Fultz.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Outside Collins. And Gordon over to help. Young finds Collins. The Hawks working the ball around. Shot clock at 6. And now Orlando on the break. Fultz with the ball. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now just a 2-point Hawks lead.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Here's Bembry. 6 to shoot. And he jams it with authority.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Damian Jones. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on Lloyd Pierce talking with his team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game, and he wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
Orlando with the ball, following the bucket by the Hawks. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Well, he played a seamless first half, but in the second half, some poor decisions right here. He continues to throw the ball away.
Collins against Gordon.
I see him.
Collins dishes to Hunter. Can he keep it going? Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Up top, Fournier. He's guarded by Collins. Fournier passes to Bamba. Shoots over Capella. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Bamba.
And even though Bamba needs to add a lot of strength, he does have the body control to convert through contact.
And stolen by Gordon. Here's Fournier, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Here's Bembry, guarded by Fultz. 6 on the shot clock. From deep, Collins nailed from three-point land.
Solid night so far. Confidence rising in this game.
Outside Fournier. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both. But when it gets close, he's getting the ball.
Here's Bembry, following the basket by Evan Fournier. Bembry, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. That one misses.
2-possession game now, but he'd still like to have back that one he missed.
Back to Fournier. Pass to Isaac. Fires the 3. Hunter grabs the miss. Hunter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Collins, and it's sent back by Isaac. And here's the fast break, and Bamba leading the way. And Capella sends it back. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Vucevic checked in for Bamba.
Hey, Vucevic! Vucevic! 48!
Now, here's Fournier. Here's Fultz. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Collins.
And the feeling is with Fultz, tremendous potential. Could be one of those game-changing type point guards who scores and passes with ease.
2 shots.
That one is off.
Don't worry about it, baby. You got another.
And the second free throw, good. And so it's Young who brings it up for Atlanta. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Here's Bembry, guarded by Fultz. That shot misses. Gordon with the defensive effort. The Magic trail by 3. Plays it up and banks it in.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And Young kicks to Collins. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Fournier passes to Vucevic. Over Young. And it's Vucevic missing.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Outside Collins.
How about that? John Collins with some footwork down low. That looked like it's been practiced in the offseason.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
John Collins and his versatility are very, very exciting, not just as a scorer and a rebounder, but defensively as a shot blocker and a versatile, switchable defender.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Magic trail by 3. Fultz the pass to Fournier. Here's Vucevic. Shot left block. No good off the back of the rim. Hawks have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
How about the concentration?
Shooting
He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
One shot.
That's all you.
The Magic trail by 6. Now Fultz to the inside, and Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella.
Vucevic. Bust that.
Fultz looking around.
Watch Gordon. Watch Gordon.
Back to Vucevic. It's stolen by Capella. Now here's Hunter. He's covered by Isaac. No good that time. Gordon dishes to Vucevic. Now here's Fultz. Guarded closely. Vucevic down low. Capella covering. And it's Vucevic missing. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. The Hawks leading by 6. Young with the ball.
Switch. I'm open right here.
Down low. It's stolen by Fultz.
If you could stay active on defense, good things usually happen. Right there, quick hands helped alter what would have been a sure 2 there.
No doubt the size of Isaac is a problem for the defense. Excellent at using that long frame to draw contact.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
He gets the first. That brings them within 5. So he gets them both.
Getting it done at the line as he usually does, and that could be huge in a tight game like this one.
Now, here is Young, guarded by Fultz. And Young, here we go. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Young's got 31.
It's in. Trae Young comes up huge this time, looking like the go-to guy.
Now, here's Fultz. Not a lot of room. And here's Young. The pass to Bembry. Just 5 to shoot. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They trail by 8. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And you know what? They're not ready to give up yet. They'll try to intentionally foul if they can get a quick hoop.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, John Collins.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
He doesn't take over games like this very much, but it's always possible. And when he does, here at home, these fans love it. 35 seconds left in the game. Releases. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
Just not sure if he ran out of energy at halftime or what, but so far just not himself in the second half.
Here's Young. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
The mentality of Trae Young, shoot first, shoot often, keeps defenders very active, in this case, too active.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 9. Good on both.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
Guys, a comeback probably not in the cards at this point.
Yeah, I think you can put a fork in it. Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession, just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
And so the Hawks take the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.